Now,
Yes, sir.
here onwards, now 21 people have joined me. What we'll do here now, the one part is remaining from the fourth unit, that is called uh, uh, transfer function of a convolutional encoder. I know D-free and other stuffs, but I feel I will skip that part for the time being, and maybe whenever we meet in Pune sometime in near future, we'll have that one session there, or maybe you can do on your own. And if you got doubts, you can get back to me. Today I'm starting the fifth unit called data communication and physical layer. So with this, we'll start with that. Now, by now, around 21 people have joined. How much time I should wait? I don't know. Any one of you still people are joining, or what? What is the issue then?
I think they are not able to join.
Sir, they are joining, sir.
Because yesterday only we decided
से
to
ज्यादा
have
लोगों
a session today.
सर if people are not online उनको पता ही नहीं चलेगा ना कि अभी सेशन है.
Session hai, but yesterday only I have told at 12 o'clock is there.
Okay.
Is not the case. Many of you don't know. Oh, this is class. This is the class today.
No, sir.
Harish, hello. You are aware of that or not?
No, sir. We weren't aware.
Harshvardhan, what is saying? Hello.
सर उसने
Yes,
डाला
sir.
भी होगा तो सर पता नहीं सर, क्योंकि
Yes, sir.
और दूसरे भी एनबी पाटिल सर वगैरह के भी क्लासेस थे आज, तो इसलिए
नहीं, लेकिन इसलिए तो मैं कल ही वो कल हमारा कैंसिल होगा, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई टोल्ड you people no to we'll have session tomorrow 12 o'clock. That's why, and I think Harsh has communicated to you all. See, I know other teachers also are trying to meet you online. So please, you only as a students, you can get back to us that this sir have fixed this slot. This is how we can avoid this confusion, isn't it?
दुपार म्हणजे
Okay, Aditya, you are there now.
सुरू आहे लेक्चर ये.
Is some lecture is
Yes, sir.
going on parallelly?
05 वाला आईडी
Hello,
No sir.
Ilkar,
Sir, I guess कुछ टाइमिंग का प्रॉब्लम हुआ है.
टाइमिंग का प्रॉब्लम हो गया.
ऐसा लग रहा है.
अभी कोई लेक्चर चल रहा है क्या फिर किसी का? आप बताओ.
No, sir.
कोई अदर टीचर का नहीं चल रहा है ना?
No, sir.
Okay, now
No, sir.
we'll go with this 26 people, and then we'll record this session, and maybe they may visit after some time, or they may. I will get back. I will put this in a Google Classroom, and they can have a copy of this recording, and they can listen to this. With this now, we should start because we have got 40 minutes window. Again, we have to rebook this 40 minutes, and then we'll go on. But right now, we'll starting with the fifth unit. As I told you, ITCCN subject it has got very important what we can say role in a field of wireless networking, and that's why we start networking. The subject name is ITCCN, no, coding and communication networks. Communication network part we are starting the fifth and sixth unit. The first unit of that is data communication and physical layer. So what is data communication and what is physical layer? All this thing we'll start discussing. Now we are eventually entering into or gradually we are entering into cognitive in computer networks. Now when machine to machine or how computer to computer can speak with each other. What are the protocols? How there is no problem of contention. How they solve contention problem? How they share packets? How they improve throughputs? All these things we're going to see in this chapter. chapter is very important in that sense because in the next final year you got a subject of component networks. This will be the prerequisite for that. This 2 units is a prerequisite for that, and that's why with that intention we'll go with this topic called data communication and physical layer. Now again the reference is a textbook. I can say data communication and networking by fourth edition Behrouz A. Forouzan. This is very shall I go with this? Now you can see data communication and networking fourth edition Behrouz A. Forouzan. I already shared this PPT with you so that you can come up with some reading and do not have any problem. So we'll go on. SPV syllabus. As far as syllabus is concerned, we know data communication and physical layer, networks, network front models, OSI model, layers in OSI model, TCP/IP protocol, suite, addressing, guided and unguided transmission media. These are the 5 topics of this unit. Majorly, this unit is looking at networks, OSI model, and TCP/IP model. And later the later part of the unit is guided and unguided transmission media. Again, the for both the things or for both the topics, a complete unit can be seen in the one book, Behrouz A. Forouzan, Data Communication and Networking, Tata McGraw-Hill. So we'll go with this subject now. Now, whenever you have got doubts, please ask me. Feel free to disturb me in between. That is not a problem for us. We'll go on. Now, the first is layered task. Layered task means how you are going to set hierarchies, how you're going to arrange your task one after the other so that the fruitful results can come up. We use the concept of layers in our daily life. As an example, let us consider 2 friends who communicate through postal mail. The process of sending a letter to a friend would be complex if there were no services available from the post office. Because you know that the post office is the service it is offered to us, and that's why we use services of a post office, and we send some letters to our friends and reverse versa. Then what we'll be discussing through this topic is sender, receiver, and carrier, and hierarchy. We'll discuss these points here. Now let us come back. Task involved in sending a letter. I know this is daily activities that many times you used to do this, but right now because of the email, because of the digital media, we have stopped doing this one. But still, we'll understand this for the sake of understanding network layers. So what is our intention here? Our intention here is to learn layers. How layers are. Okay. Now you see the letter sender you can see and receiver you can see. The letter is written, put in envelope and dropped in the mailbox. Okay. The letter is carried from the mailbox to a post office. The letter is delivered to carrier by the post office. You can hear me clearly, no? Every one of you?
Yes, sir.
There is no background because here some background problems are going on, but still I can't cope up with them. Hope you can listen to me because I have hold the mic very near to my face. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see the letter is written, put in an envelope and dropped in the mailbox. This is the first step. That's called higher layers. Higher layers means okay, where you are not exposed to information, you are not exposed to bits, but encapsulation of those bits, encapsulation and then outer layers. That's what called higher layers. Higher layers are letter is written, put in envelope and dropped in mailbox. Then what is middle layer here? The letter is carried from the mailbox to a post office. The letter is carried from the mailbox to a post office because what you write a paper, write a letter, you put it in an envelope and put it in a mailbox. Suppose in PICT's mailbox you put it. Maybe every day, sometime 12 o'clock in the noon, the postman come and he collect all our letters and he took it to post offices. This is the second layer, middle layer. The letter is carried from the mailbox to a post office. What is the third layer? Lower layers. The letter is delivered to carrier by a post office. Now a carrier, maybe some services, railway can carry your post from one place to another place. Maybe air route they can have. Maybe some Air India or some other people can carry your post like that. So the letter is delivered to carrier by the post office. This is called lower layer. If you see at the right hand side, the letter is delivered from the carrier to the post office. Okay, again at the other place, suppose someone is sending letter from Pune and it is going to Mumbai. The letter is delivered from that carrier, maybe a bus or maybe a railway or maybe a air route, and it is given to the to the post office. The post office, the letter is carried out from the post office to the mailbox. You are aware of this middle layer, and later on it is given to the receiver, and he will now pick up letter. He will remove the encapsulation or the envelope and read the this thing later. This is where your complete process ends up. Start, sender to receiver, higher layer, middle layer, lower layer, and that's how. And now this is analogy. We have to put our digital data. We have to send our digital data exactly the same way that we did here. But in 3 layers, it will not happen. It will have more layers. We'll see that. So we'll be extending this model to the next level, that is called OSI model. So we'll see now. Please be with me. Network models. The first is OSI. Okay, Open System Interconnection. The long form here is Open System Interconnection, OSI. Now, what is the OSI model? OSI model is developed by International Organization for Standardization, ISO. This OSI model for data communication or packet communication is developed by ISO, International Organization for Standardization. And then what it does, model for understanding and developing computer-to-computer communication architecture that is flexible, robust, and interoperable. These 3 words, hope you are aware of. What is flexible, robust, and interoperable? Flexible means what? In terms of it is a reconfigurable, or you may sometimes you can send text, sometimes you can send voice, sometimes you can send videos, and that is how it's flexible. Okay, flexible. Robust means what? It is dependable. It is reliable. That means once you give us data to network will deliver it to receiver. That is what there is some quality of service guarantee, and that is called robustness. And what is interoperable? Interoperable means what? Okay, the existing system and new systems, it should be down compatible or it should be up compatible, like that. Interoperable. Okay, maybe your system can join another system to have a common data transmission. Interoperable. So what is OSI? It's computer to computer communication architecture that is flexible, robust, and interoperable. Now, it is not a protocol. For God's sake, don't get confused with model and protocol. Protocol are a very small thing as compared to model. Model means what? In a bigger perspective or in a macro level, how you are going to communicate data from one computer to another computer. What is protocol? Protocol is the set of rules, okay, governing to a very local bodies. Okay, we'll see that which are the local bodies, which are these layers. Okay, what is protocol means what? Protocol is a set of rules again, but model is far bigger and far macro level than a protocol. So don't confuse. OSI is not a protocol. But there are many other protocols. We'll see. I will tell you what are those protocols. Developed in 1980s. Okay, it's very long story. It's an old story, but still it is useful. Divides network architectures into 7 layers. Okay, essentially it divides network architecture into 7 layers. Now, layer means you have seen the lower layer, middle layer, and upper layer in simple post office transmission. Here also there are 7 layers. Which are those 7 layers? We'll go on. We'll see here. OSI. Each layer performs a subset of required communication functions. Now, what is the functions of layers? Why we should essentially have layers? So each layer performs a subset of required communication functions. Subset of required communication functions. That means, suppose I have got 10 communication functions that need to be carried out. Okay, 2 of them or 3 of them, maybe that individual layer is doing. So that means each layer has got its own work to carry out. That is called subset of functions. Each layer relies on the next layer or next lower layer to perform more functions. You see, now you may ask me, what is this one? Because this is called sequencing of works. So if the earlier level or lower layer is not prepared with the data which is required by the upper layer, what upper layer will do? because the input of the output of the lower layer is input to upper layer. Upper layer we'll see in the next diagram immediately, and then you understand what is called each layer provides service to the next higher layer, because the who is serving the upper layer is served by the lower layer. That means one data has one in one form. Okay, maybe some work carried out on data, and then it is given to the upper layer. That is what is called servicing. The lower layer is servicing a higher layer. Changes in one layer should not require changes in other layers. Here, these layers works are quite individual and indigenous. It is not like deep, like if you change somewhere in one layer, okay, you have to carry out all the changes in all layers. No, it is not like that. What in OSI what they did, no, all the layers have their own individual power and individual functions to carry out. Okay, layer to layer communication can happen, and there is no need that if you do some changes in one layer, okay, essentially it should be changed, it should be reflecting in everyone. It is not a requirement like that. Layer 1, 2, 3 means if you see physical layer, data link layer and network layer, 1, 2, 3 are not are network support layers. Network support layers, understand what is mean by network support layer. Means this will actually take part in networking or connecting data from one computer to other computer. Deals with the physical aspects of moving data from one device to another. Physical aspects. Aspects means hardware kind of thing. Like literally, you take a packet, okay, and you take that packet, you divide into some, you put some addresses to that, and then you transmit. That means first three layers, layer 1, 2, 3, are literally handling data. Okay, the upper layers are not so much handling data. We'll see one by one. Layer 5, 6, 7 are the user support layer. Allow the interoperability among unrelated software. 5, 6, 7 are not talking about data directly. They are just support systems for support layers. Okay, and layer 4 ensures that what the lower layer have transmitted is in a form that upper layer can use. Okay, this transport layer, the fourth layer, I will tell you, the fourth layer is something which is the bridge between lower level 1, 2, 3 and upper layer 5, 6, 7. So we'll see that what is this layers all about. You are there, every one of you. Application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. These are the OSI layers. Layers means, okay, maybe there are 7 steps you can say, or 7 layers you can say. Physical layer is a bottommost, or the lowest layer. Physical layer, as the name physical means, okay, there is no logical in this. You can see the hardware, you can touch the hardware. Like physical layer means the where literally line coding. Okay, what is line coding? You take a bits from the upper layers, you convert it into line codes, okay, and then you connect it to wire. तो ये जो कनेक्शन है फिजिकल लेयर से साथ, जो सपोज यू गॉट अ ट्रांसमिशन मीडिया एज अ वायर, ओके, यू आर ट्रांसमिटिंग समथिंग, यू आर कनेक्टेड मशीन टू मशीन और कंप्यूटर टू कंप्यूटर बाय वायर. ओके, वो जो वायर के जो कनेक्शन हो रहा है सबसे आखिरी में, देर आपने क्या कर लिया, डेटा को यू आर कन्वर्टेड इनटू लाइन कोड्स. ओके, एंड लाइन कोडेड जो आउटपुट है आपका आरजेड, एनआरजेड, मैनचेस्टर और एएमआई, वो जो डेटा है वो डायरेक्टली यू आर कनेक्टिंग टू वायर. That is called physical layer. That is called physical layer. So PCM, DM, ADM, okay, then line codes, NRZ, RZ, AMI, Manchester, ये कहाँ पे काम करते हैं? This comes under physical layer. Because physical, as the word physical and logical, the other word, the contradictory word we use is logical. Logical means what? Like there will not the physical devices, physical wires, physical equipments will not be there. But in the physical layer, what you can say, यहाँ पर data को directly आप you'll process it. Like you have PCM, DM, ADM, or you may have line coded output like this. So that is how we can go on. Now let us go over the next session. What is data link layer, network layer, transport layer? Out of this 7 layers, the lower 3, 1, 2, 3, physical, data link, and network. These are called 1, 2, 3 layers. These handle actually packets. These handle actual data. Okay, they are really taking part in in physically transmitting data from place A to place B. इन तीनों का काम है. This transport layer is a mediator between the upper three layers and the lower three layers. What are the upper three layers? Session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. This application layer means what? WhatsApp. आपकी जो whenever you use WhatsApp, okay, and the आपकी जो मोबाइल स्क्रीन पे जो WhatsApp का जो सिंबल आता है वो ग्रीन वाला, उसको टच करना, वो जो आप देख पाते हो, that is called application layer. That is called application layer. Because you know that if you want to transmit some, if you want to transmit something to WhatsApp or receive something, वो जो आप ग्रीन बटन दबाते हो, ग्रीन बटन जो दिखता है आपको, that is called application layer. Okay, presentation layer, application layer. So please understand that is और फिर वहां से आप अंदर जाते हो एक एक लेयर करके, and then actually your data is getting transmitted that's through physical layer. That's called this is how OSI layer can be used. Now we'll go on. So hope you got the 7 layers: PDNT, SPA. In my college days, I had it like this: PDNT, SPA. No, physical data link, network transport, and SPA. Session, presentation, application layers. Okay, and this is how the 7 layers are being used. And now we'll go on. Now this is the very important diagram. I want every one of you please see this. Okay. Just have a look here. Device A, device B. Device A, device B, and intermediate node, and just see. I wish every one of you, Angad, Ashish, to spend 1 minute on this figure. You please see this. What you can see here. What is this application interface? Just spend 20-30 seconds or 1 minute on this. Okay. Done now, Ashish? Okay, you please see here. Device A, device B. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical layer. This diagram many times asked in the university exam. Okay, OSI layer and their explanations. You see there are this. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 layers. This side, this 7 layer, this side. One at center side, one at destination side. And then you see in between there are physical communication. No, in between there are again physical data link network, and network. So I told you these 3 layers actually take part in data communication or data network, data handling. So physical data link network, you see this one first layer, second layer, third layer. This is the combination you can see. But from 4th onward, transport, session, presentation, application, there is called peer-to-peer protocol, 4th layer, peer-to-peer protocol, 5th layer, peer-to-peer protocol, 6th layer, and you can see 7th layer also. So what is this peer-to-peer? Peer-to-peer means what? This 4th, the transport layer, the work that is getting done in the transmitter side, exactly opposite to that is going to happen in transport receiver side. Okay, that's called peer-to-peer. And peer-to-peer means transport layer protocols are being used in the transport layer. The session layer protocol will be used in session layer. It's called peer-to-peer communication. Peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer means session to session. Peer-to-peer. Student to student means peer-to-peer learning or peers learning is the best learning. No, student peer. Here also session, presentation, application. These are the peer to peer. But network to network is point to point communication. Point to point means this network layer, data link layer, and physical layer literally handles the data. The other 4 layers don't handle data. They facilitate data transmission. They help to avoid congestion, to avoid problems. Okay, to have all those literally facilitation can happen the upper layers, but the 3 layers literally take part into transmission. We'll go on. Now, protocol data units PDU. At each layer, protocols are used to communicate. Is now see protocol data units. Now we are going into a macro level. Macro level अपना खत्म हो गया. OSI model is macro level and layers and definition of layers we have seen. So we'll go to some insights in depth with protocol data units. At each layer, protocol are used to communicate. Each layer protocols are used to communicate. Each layer में layer by layer protocol है. फिजिकल लेयर का प्रोटोकॉल फिजिकल लेयर में चलेगा. फिजिकल लेयर का प्रोटोकॉल को डाटा लिंक लेयर कुछ काम नहीं है. डाटा लिंक लेयर प्रोटोकॉल कैन नॉट बी यूज्ड इन नेटवर्क लेयर प्रोटोकॉल because every layer has its own protocol. Protocol is set of rules, some set of predefined or pre-adjusted or pre-finalized such kind of some rules है communication के every layer के लिए. That is called each layer protocols are used to communicate. Control information is added to user data at each layer. Because what to do with the data? Okay, there's a control information so that the each layer can extract something from the data received and they can perform some operation on that. That's why because there is no human being involved in this. Okay, that's why we have to specify what work is carried out, what work carried out in the earlier layers, and what is to be done in the next layer. And for example, the transport layer may fragment user data. Fragment means what? They may split the data into some fragments. Okay, in some sense. Maybe they have packets equal size of packets, or they may say these are data images are different, video is different, text is different, something like that. Some fragmentation on some theme. They will do fragmentation. Each fragment has a transport header added. So each fragment has transport header added. Transport header means what? Transport layer में जो add किया गया है header, that's called transport layer header. Each fragment has transport header added, destination address, sequence number, and error detection code. What transport layer is adding to a information in the header, transport header? What you can see there? You can see destination address from source to destination. कहाँ से निकला है data और कहाँ जा रहा है? Destination address. Sequence number. Sequence number means what? Whether this packet is 3rd one or 4th one or 10th one. So that if something is lost in between, okay, this numbering can be used to have a sense in received data. So that if something is lost, that can be re-asked, that can be resent like that. Error detection code. Now this creates a transport protocol data unit. ये सब जो हो रहा है, what is happening in the transport layer, that's called transport protocol data unit. तो ये सब जो बनता है, header जो बन रहा है, वो data unit का है transport layer का. So that's why it's called transport protocol data unit, TPDU. So with this we'll go on. Now, my dear friends, the time is getting less. So I have to start a new meeting and get back to again. I will share you within 1 minute. I will share you the new ID and password for the continuation of this lecture. So please be with me. Now the time is very less. So maybe after some time I will sending you another code. Is it right for you all?